Hold on. I'll get back in my... Hey, Lil Bug Bay. Hey. Oh, yeah. That's right, motherfucker. Time for the spit with your shake down. Hey. Bitch, why you looking with the stank eye? Laying on your shitty pillow with your pink eye. Now you in my DMs trying to say hi. But me and Marvin, we done heard it through the grapevine. You been trafficking that booty over state lines. And you 1-800 on the dateline. Everybody claiming real this, real that. But Bug Bite is the king of the fake crime. I done told y'all 6, 7, 8 times. In a row called y'all all cake line. Cornbread not fried, but the bake kind. Locked up, won't let me out like gate kind. Trying to sling these beats without a baseline. And my boy damn with the cane, he can skate blind. Give me the money, the crypto, the Pokemon cards, motherfucker, this a shakedown. Hey. Spiritual shakedown. Bitch.
That is Scaly 2F.
That's 2Fs for Bug Bite.
That's my cousin, man. I can't be responsible for Bug Bite's F's.
Oh, well, you know.
Cheers, you straights. It's from Behind the Barcast.
Cheers.
the podcast for bartending, service industry, drinking in general, and now just every fucking
And
thing
eating.
else.
And eating.
And eating and competitive eating and everything else.
Everything else.
That's what it's turned into. Right now,
I'm Clint Moses. That's Paxton.
that is Clint Moses.
And
I'm
Horace
Paxton.
Brimsby.
We got
Vinny.
Horse Brinsby on the Budweiser over there.
My father, we went and saw Top Gun. We'll get to that later, but he was like, I'll be happy to chill with Fro and Horse. And for him, when Vinny wanted, he was like, what up, Horse?
Dude, he did. He rolled out the window. He was like, Horse, what's up?
Damn, Dad, you are secretly funny as hell.
I don't think it's a secret.
So later on, we're going to be talking about the 5 Big Mac Challenge because that is happening tonight.
Tonight, after the podcast.
After the podcast.
Patreon, if you want to see it, it's going to be on Patreon for quite some time.
Quite some time before
we'll drop some clips, but
yeah.
Patreon people deserve to see the pain that I'm already apparently emoting because Paxton just keeps laughing
All
at
right,
me.
so
his face.
every moment Clint has been here for the past hour, like he's either deep in thought, like Mr. Winston Churchill, wondering if he can get the boys out of Dunkirk.
Dobie Gillis.
He is. He was downstairs. He was downstairs pacing as if he was waiting outside of a doctor's office for a baby to be born.
my butt cancer results.
Yeah, and you are going to birth a baby. Males can be pregnant, apparently.
Yes. It's definitely the quietest we've seen him before.
I got in the car. Vinny's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm just."
It's like you look like you're about to eat 5 Big Macs.
I usually drink like 2 gallons of
dude.
water a day, and I'm only like a quarter of the way. Like I hydrated yesterday a ton.
Yeah.
But like today, I could only had certain things. We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah. So it is the. Thank you to our patrons.
It's Monday, June 6th.
It is Monday, June 6th. Thank you to all of our patrons. Really?
It's D-Day, right?
No wonder we.
Is it? I don't-
Was
Yeah,
it
we
June
just-
4th? I
D-Day.
don't
I
know.
think it is.
No wonder we mentioned Dunkirk
Yes.
and all that. Well, anyways.
National Yo-Yo Day. I do know that.
Yo, what
I
up?
know that, but not that it's a D-Day.
So I'm having a green tea. You're having a little vodka water just to try and lube it up a little bit?
Just vodka on the rocks, and so that way I only sip.
Oh,
I'm
gotcha.
supposed to be drinking a lot right now. I'm supposed to be waiting.
Well, it is the summer
it is.
of the chafe and also of the fake ID. And if we go open real quick, Vinny just told me the story right before we got on air, and it's one of the best I've ever heard.
Yeah, we were standing at the club and had my best door guy, Logan. Shout out to Logan. If there was a gold medal for catching a fake ID, it would be this guy. But it's
Not in this instance, though. This was a little easy.
The alley-oop.
This young kid walks up, young black kid, and I didn't even see the ID. Logan grabs it, and he was like, he just looked at him and goes, "Dude, are you fucking for real right now?" And the kid just literally walked off and like left his ID in Logan's hand. And we don't take IDs from people. You don't want to take an ID because then you're in possession of a legal ID. Good rule for anybody working in the bar industry.
Oh, right,
Like,
yeah.
If you take it, you're in possession of that fake ID. It's your felony now.
See, we're
learning things.
we're learning things about bar stuff.
Yeah.
So he hands it to me. He goes, "Vinny, throw this away." I didn't throw it away. I just kind of tossed it to the side. I was like, "What was wrong with it?" He was like, "It was like his uncle's or his dad's or something." It said he was born in 1975, and it's so.
Did he have like a beer at least? I mean,
A fake beer.
Our grill line,
salt and pepper in there.
our grill line is right by the line to the door. So
Yeah,
the kid goes and gets in the grill line to go get a burger. Next thing you know, 40-year-old dude or 50-year-old dude starts walking next to him, and he comes up and he's like looking at us, and I was like, "This is his dad, isn't it?" Logan's like, "Yep, probably is." He walks. He's like, "Hey man, like, I know I just gave my son my ID to try to get in there to get a drink, but y'all took it. You think I could get the ID back?"
Can I have that back?
And so Logan's like, well, now you're just committing admitting the crime. You just tried to commit, and you want me to give it back to you? And so it was dinner right there. I was like, yeah, dude, just get you and your son out of here, please. But yeah, great parenting in Savannah, Georgia.
How about this? Go inside. Look, go inside, get your son a drink, and walk out with it. It is Savannah, Georgia.
With drinks.
It is Savannah, Georgia, and you can, as long as you have plastic cups, it is what it is.
You can exit with a beverage.
Speaking of IDs, this was an ID situation because she was above age, but someone opened a tab yesterday or the day before. And I glanced at the first name, and I glanced at the last name, and I was like, this is the best last name I've ever seen. It was Gingerella.
Gingerella?
Like Cinderella, except Gingerella.
Gingerella, nice.
I was like,
was she a redhead?
She was not a ginger. That's the thing.
Damn.
But
Gingerella?
Carolyn Williams and I were there. I was like, we could have been Gingerella here.
That could be your drag name. You could be Gingerella.
If I did,
Paxton
oh
Gingerella.
man.
That's a great drag name.
Oh wow, Gingerella is.
Have I ever talked about the only till midnight? Yeah. For the Ambucks do like the ambulatory bikes. They do like a male. Yeah, our things are all messed up. They do like a male beauty pageant.
Yeah.
For a fundraiser sometimes. Yeah. And so Poe and I both commit to this fundraiser to dress up as women.
Yeah.
And so we get some dresses that'll fit our big asses.
Yeah.
I try to walk around in 2-inch heels. That wouldn't happen. I was like, all right, long dress slippers.
2-inch.
Couldn't do it. So 5 days before the event, I was doing wall push-ups, and I was sweaty. When I went to come down, I slipped, and my top of my foot hit the side of an Adirondack chair and broke my foot. So I was out of the competition. But Poe, who won, sold his Asian soul because he went full geisha. Like full all the makeup geisha and raised the most money.
Really?
Yeah. But he wasn't Poe Jarella or anything. I can't remember what his name was. Something along those geisha lines. I'm not super into the geisha thing, but but yeah, Gingerella. Nice. Cheers to Gingerella, Paxton's new stage name. Maybe you'll do Tabby Idol this year.
Man, I'm never gonna.
He doesn't
want
to lose to me, dude.
Ooh, it sounds like a challenge.
Ooh.
No, I'm a.
Let's go.
No,
let's go. Is that how you get things working?
I'm
here?
a clown enough in the rest of my life.
Let's not talk about clowns, please.
I'm a clown.
Clowns make my stomach hurt.
I'm a clown.
And you got that dickhead who buys the competition for himself every year.
Yeah,
anyways.
exactly. Yeah. So.
Oh God.
I win dickheaded bartender every fucking. Damn it! I just.
You're on the money already. Don't worry.
I'll put the first two in parentheses.
Okay.
Don't worry. On the Patreon, I'm going to be dropping a lot of f-bombs. But they're going to be garbled, though.
So it's also the summer of the chafe, not just bad parenting. And one of our Karens is going to be...
Chafe Gingerella. That's the name. Chafe Gingerella. That's your stage name.
Bad parenting. Or, I'm sorry, the chafing, because I made the mistake...
Bad parenting for your boys.
Yeah, exactly. I made the mistake of wearing my coochie cutters at work yesterday. But the thing was, I got off super late the night before, woke up late the next day, and just didn't shower between shifts. And I think that's the major
Trying to
problem.
fit in the rest of the staff huckapoos.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a couple folks.
At least you changed your clothes.
Yeah,
before you did shower.
There's a couple folks. I be seeing them same shirts 4 days in a row.
Ooh, 4, 3. I mean, I can't.
I don't know. We gotta.
It's only when the flour gets caked on over.
You gotta embellish it, and which is something Martin doesn't understand.
Shout out to Martin for not understanding how comedy works at all. No, it was about this. It was about... No, I refuse to tell the correct story, Martin. Okay, sometimes stories.
He was like, "Man, it would have been funnier if you'd have just told the truth about it."
Bert Kreischer was really in with the Russian mafia doing all that stuff?
What story was he talking about?
The bi-curious thing.
Bi-curiously.
He whatever he mentioned about the bi-curious.
I'm not telling what he said because that's what you get, Martin.
Yeah.
But we're
That hot tea is.
That hot tea. How do you think I feel over here?
Woo. Oh, the anticipation of you being afraid of these Big Macs.
Yeah. Do we want to get into the Mac of it all?
Not yet. We'll do that on the second half.
I want to give my sister Charlotte a shout out that I meant to give last week. So the week before, I talked about the strawberry emergency kiwi being back in stock, and she was listening to the podcast and immediately pulled over and ordered a couple boxes. My girl right there. She's like, "Oh no, this shit's gonna be coming back."
She goes, "What? $9.99 again?"
Full traffic stop.
I'm normally pretty good. Like I'm a grandma driver because I have a Volvo. I should drive like a soccer mom, but trying to look at that honeymoon Venmo shit the other day.
Oh yeah. You said about that.
Yeah, well, and I talked about it last week, but like I almost crashed because like there was literally 40 white stickers on that thing, and now we have them on the the people are starting to vandalize places.
Yeah, you post
with
with the sticker.
with stickers of Venmo. Man, let me tell you, write it on the back of your car all day.
Yeah, that lady didn't get the. I sent the request for her being a C unit, and she did not send it back.
C-unit?
C unit.
But what I did
What's C
notice,
unit? I was like, C.
here's the thing though,
Take away the hyphen.
I think they've evolved a bit and gotten a little bit smarter because.
Some.
No, because the Venmo will be called so and so's wedding. It's
Yeah.
not, Marsha Clarkson or whatever.
Cinderella.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Buy the bride a drink.
Yeah, it's by whatever. So, I mean, so still, anytime you see those, inundate them with money requests.
Bailey McNally is pretty much the champion of our.
She's
of-
like
of
the
this.
magnet of every
She-
Venmo thing.
She sent one the other day. It said. She sent one. It was buy the bride a Venmo all over the damn thing, and she sent them a request for $5. Car panhandling, no permit.
Clutch.
Bailey is the queen.
Bailey is the queen. Bailey, we can't show you. That's just such a
Didn't Audra put on one tacky tax?
tacky tax. Yeah, everything you can.
I mean, it's like, yeah, you literally, you might as well. Actually, I'd have more respect for you if you cut out a piece of a cardboard box and Sharpied.
And Sharpie did.
Sharpied the QR code.
Please.
If you took the time,
Will Venmo for food?
if you could Sharpie your Venmo and it worked on a phone, I will personally give you $1,000.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So. I keep going to this. My thoughts are just distracted.
You're going to the Big
Speaking of
Mac.
distracted thoughts, we went and saw Top Gun on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Me, Vinny, Fro, who will be here later, and my father, Carl. And that new IMAX theater, holy fucking shit. The
it's
sound is just, I mean, you couldn't hear other people talking during
Yeah.
the soft parts because of, like, the sound is just,
And isn't it like the tallest?
it's the tallest IMAX in the world.
When we were walking in, there was like a 6-year-old little kid walking out with her mom. Was like, "Mommy, it's scary in there."
I bet.
Like it looks like you're walking into like a theme park.
And it was a
ride or
long
something.
walk.
Wow.
Like, from the front door to the theater to get into that theater is a long walk. You have to go across the whole thing, basically, and upstairs and down. I mean, we had to get in an elevator at one point. Like, it was a lot.
Wow.
Like, just because Carl wanted to get in the elevator.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to take stairs. But it was a good movie.
So when the planes fly over,
It's everywhere. It's the sound. But, like, when they would do, like, a stray at you flyover, it
Yeah.
was just like it was rattling. My shorts were shaking. I was like,
Yeah,
"Is the phone
yeah.
going off?"
Like, I fucking hate Tom Cruise
Yeah.
because of everything he is, but damn it was such a good movie. Like, it is everything everyone says.
so he's no slouch, and he looks exactly the
no,
same.
he does a great job. The guy that got to play Goose, what's his name?
They played Miles Teller.
Miles
Played
Teller.
Goose's
Played
son.
Rooster, Goose's son.
You mean Goose's clone?
It looked
Yeah.
just like him.
He did. I mean, John Hamm
it
was
couldn't have
great
looked-
in it. John Hamm played like the dickhead admiral, like leader who didn't.
Gotta
get
have that in the
and
yeah.
it was great.
They were talking. So speaking of Tom Cruise, he used to be married to what's the Australian lady's name that was in
Nicole Kidman.
Nicole Kidman. So
Eyes wide shut.
I saw a review of The Northman, and she's in it, and they were like, everything was so good, except I didn't know they had plastic surgery in the 900s. Because it is bad.
Yeah.
It is bad. The thing is, Tom Cruise, I don't know if he's had work done or not.
Dude, I swear they CGI'd his face younger for some of the movies.
Well, they do that-
I
I
was
think
shocked.
he just looks great.
They did that for
all
the
that
Irish.
baby's, all that baby's blood.
They did that for the
Children's
Irishman.
blood.
All that
They-
baby's blood.
They
Embryo blood.
youngered Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci for
Yeah,
the
so he
Irishman.
looked like he was 35, but he fought like a 7-year-old man.
Yeah, I know.
Like, that
It
scene
looked, that was
so
the worst
funny.
scene in the whole movie.
Whenever he goes to beat up
When
the
he's
shop
kicking-
guy,
yeah, when
he's
he's
like,
kicking him at the shop.
"Come here, you sucker!" It was the
Don't you
worst.
ever touch my daughter?
I was like, this is the least intimidating fight I've ever seen ever. Oh, somebody sent me some video. Jack showed me video yesterday leading up to the Grimace Purple Darren fight last week.
I saw the one in the back. I posted that thing.
It stopped before they fought,
Well,
though.
they
I was
went
like,
to the
Jack.
back of the parking lot
Oh.
and tried to fight, and Grimace tried to swing at him, but he like super telegraphed it and missed and fell down, and he laid back on his back and put his feet up like you would do if you knew something or had
Yeah.
ever seen a UFC fight.
Yeah.
But then that cuts, and then the next video that the person sent me was him knocked out. No action shot has been recovered yet.
I wonder if that was us.
But I'll give you 5 Big Macs if you can recover.
I'll eat 5 Big Macs for you if you can remember.
No, not a river again.
Well,
So speaking of Darrens and Karens,
yes.
I'm going to read this story from the periodical Across the Ocean, because in Florida last week, a Florida woman was giving a man oral sex at 7 p.m. on a Thursday night.
Yeah.
And they got into a head-on collision with a FedEx van, and she almost completely bit off his dick.
Oh no.
I'm reading this from the Daily Mail, which is a UK
So
periodical, because I had to just go to that. Yeah, nearly had his penis bitten off after getting into a head-on collision while his girlfriend was performing oral sex. Also, his girlfriend was found in a more compromising position. So he was found injuries to his groin area has been seen laying on his back while police gathered around him. His girlfriend was found in a more compromising position with her jeans around her ankle, leaving her black underwear and white tank top exposed. So she was also getting it in while she was giving.
Oh, it didn't knock the clothes off of her. She was
no. But
you see people get hit by cars. Their shoes go everywhere.
yeah, I don't think they had shoes on.
But
you know, one, she's doing a good job. Her OnlyFans is going to be blowing up soon. But just, I can't. I got the picture right here. Oh, this is going to be good. Yeah, you can see like she's laying. The picture is fantastic. You can see her pants down, underwear showing, and then you
just make sure you send me a screenshot of it, and I'll put it up on the
Yeah, they
video.
covered him with something.
What they have to cover?
I can't tell. It's a very terrible photo. But,
How far did she bite through?
They don't have a picture of that.
Oh, that dang.
Like, what a way to almost lose your dick. It's like, how'd you almost lose your dick? Getting roadhead.
Roadhead.
Ran in
It's
a
7
FedEx
p.m.
truck. They'd be like, what?
So there's this guy in Germany, and he was on this message board. It was called like Cannibals for Cannibals or something like that, and it's a true story. And he actually met up with a guy who was like a software engineer who wanted to die and be eaten. So his name was Armin Maivis, and the first thing he wanted to happen.
Maivis?
Yeah. The first thing he wanted to happen was for the other guy to bite his dick off. But he was unable to. No matter how hard he tried.
Just kept sucking, couldn't start biting.
Just whatever. So then he hacked it, right? Stuck the guy in the bathtub and went to cook it, and they were going to share it. He started reading a Star Trek novel and forgot it, and it burnt in the pan.
He burned his dick in the pan?
And he had to feed it to his dog.
Burnt dick, huh?
This story
Yeah.
just went so many ways.
Yeah, but
like
it's
the Star Trek novel is what burnt the dick, though.
Speckled dick?
So here's the thing, though. In Germany, at that, it was like late 90s, early 2000s. As long as it was consensual, it wasn't illegal to
eat somebody?
But then they overturned it, and now he's doing life in jail. But if you ever, like when people get in trouble over in Europe, like their sentences are insanely lighter than what they are here. Like murder, like you start off at like 10 years or something like that.
Yeah,
Really?
but depending on the country.
Depending on the country, yeah. And then in some countries, if you escape, it's not a charge.
Yeah, they're like, well, that was our fault.
Well, no, they're like,
Good job, kid. Get back.
no, they're like, nobody wants to be locked up. It's a human nature to try and escape,
That's
you
true.
know? So they're like, no more extra charge. Because here, if you do it, you get like another 15 years or whatever.
Well, the
Yeah.
for-profit prisons are a big.
Yeah, they're like, well, no, 150,000 a year
every
that we
country
make
joint
off
10
of
more
you.
years.
Yeah, right.
Anything they can do to make money.
I wonder if they could smuggle Big Macs into, because could you suitcase a Big Mac, do you think?
Danny Brown was talking about that on
Yeah.
Mom's House. He would because he was good with all the guards, and he was like, I ain't even eating that damn tray food. I mean, get my here you go. I'm sneaking Big Macs into my cell, eating them in there, cold Whoppers, everything. It was great.
Making ramen burritos and shit.
Oh, man.
No, he wasn't even doing that. He was just eating like they were bringing him like outside food because he was working with all the staff. He was like a trustee, as they say.
So we finally had to pull out the blacklight pen for because it seems like every person. I guess South Carolina doesn't care, or South Carolina is the easiest to replicate or whatever.
Yeah.
Because 90% of the fake IDs I get are
South Carolina.
South Carolina.
And it's summertime, dude.
So finally, we got the blacklight pen back again, right? And I grabbed it and I was testing it out, and I accidentally ran it across Edo's face.
Oh no.
Oh man, it was.
no.
I was like, Edo, go wash up, man.
I told you when I came to clean your mouth off.
Edo, go
Does
wash.
ass juice show up? on the blacklight too?
If someone came in that ass.
Edo, go wash. Edo, go wash up.
What do they call it when you snowball?
Welcome to From Behind the Barcast, the podcast that will make you stop listening. I had a couple people from the last Patreon. They were like, "What the fuck, man?" I was like, "We put everywhere. If you are sensitive in any way."
I told a couple people. I was like,
I told people personally, I put it in the header. Do not listen to this if you're squeamish.
We announced it before we even got started
Before we
with
even
it,
got
too.
started with it, we had already. That was our
disclaimer. If you ignore the disclaimer and you get burned, I'm sorry this McDonald's coffee
If you
was
get
too
mad
hot.
about our disclaimer, you're a carrot.
There's going to be no disclaimer on these Big Mac boxes.
All right. Well,
Warning, don't eat 5.
yeah, warning: do not eat 5 Big Macs in a row. So let's. I want you to get your system together and get ready. We're gonna take a short break. He's not eating, so we can call Jeffro so he can deliver hot Big Macs so that Clint can at least eat them hot.
Can I tell my favorite Theo Vaughn joke before we leave?
Yeah. Did you go see him?
Oh, I went and saw Theo
Oh,
Vaughn.
yeah,
He was-
yeah.
But it was
Gang, gang.
He was like, "Hey, do you ever feel like you want to kill yourself, but you just take a nap instead?"
Oh, that was very Hedgeberg of him. It was very Mitch Hedberg of him.
There was no punchline. That was like his only punchline the whole show.
That's weird because like I nap a lot.
Yeah. I nap more than I think about
it
suicide.
made me think. It did make me think a little bit.
But speaking of suicide, Patreon tonight.
Yeah, 5 Big Macs.
We'll see you in a little bit.
Your fucking maniacal Dr. Evil laugh isn't helping. That's the thing. I can't have headphones on, and I'll have to be like,
Every time I look at you, there's a different, more distressed look on your face. I fucking love it. It's like pensive. Like, you know, in acting school, they give you a sheet of paper and it says, look pensive, look upset.
I have nailed it today. 'Cause I am feeling very. The pensitivity is off the chain.
So I forgot to mention in the first half, remember the story a couple weeks ago how I got breakfast shamed by this old fucker at the Chews down the street?
The same fucking
The
guy.
same
dude.
old fucker. Looks like his like the David Icke hands, like the arthritis has changed it into a penguin's mitt or something like that.
It's a shovel.
So I walked in with my backpack on. Right as I walk in, he goes, "No backpacks allowed in here, buddy. Put it down on the ground." I was like, bro, number one, I'm 41 years old. I'm not going to try and backpack steal anything out of this goddamn store. Number two, I've been here twice a day for the past, I don't know, 5 years.
If not longer.
If not, you know. And number three, you'll know me, motherfucker.
Do you have a choose card?
Yeah,
choose
right.
card.
Exactly. So I'm like,
Where's Miss Lisa at? Damn it.
yeah. So I was like, for real, dude? Like, what would I even try to steal? So then, the very next time I take my backpack somewhere, because I rode my bike up to the IGA to pick some stuff up, they goes, look at you being smart with a backpack. You're on a bike, aren't you? I was like, yep, thank you.
Thank you.
Someone gets it.
They let Fro walk in the movie theater one time. He drove his motorcycle. They let him walk in the movie theater with his motorcycle bag. He had like a big water thing with it. And they don't care anymore.
Yeah.
They let me in there with a long drink last time.
They don't care.
Even like those helmets are giant anyways. Even without the backpack and all that stuff, as long as you have the jacket on,
Yeah, just fill the helmet with popcorn.
fill the helmet with whatever, you know, and bring it in.
Put that helmet on later. So
And then real quick, before we get to our Karens, there's been a smoking and vaping ban on the beach down here on Tybee. And here's the thing. The police department or the city government has been putting pictures up of this guy holding a sign that says, no smoking or vaping. And I see this guy around town, and I'm like, this is the worst guy.
Does he look like he smokes a lot?
Well, no,
Is it Marlboro
it's
Man?
just like you are literally, this guy's people are going to associate him with the ban.
Oh, this poor guy's gonna get.
When you have no idea whether he is for or against.
I know the guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, do you think he's for government regulation?
Yeah, he works for the city, and he's all about like cleaning up the environment. He's in the MRS, the Marine Rescue Squadron, with him. He's a great dude, but yeah, like he's out there every day cleaning up the beach. I saw on Facebook the other day they put up a picture with him, and this lady was like, "Oh, you're never out there with. I never see you in the morning help cleaning up cigarettes." And one of the lady was like, "Bitch," because he's in his truck with barrels of trash cans, actually emptying out all the trash on the beach. But he doesn't look like the nicest guy, does he?
Yeah, but whether or not you should never put a person in front of that unless it was the person who like made the ban happen. You know what I mean? They're just this guy is probably getting persecuted to death just because they chose him to hold up a sign for the picture, whether he's into it or not. You know, because if he does.
You're the poster child, and you didn't.
Because I remember when the mask thing first started happening, the truck he drove around, they put a giant mask. Number one, over the radiator.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I can't breathe for real. You can breathe through a mask. But
And this poor guy's driving around. He's a government employee. Like he has to, drive in the truck that they give him, and he's probably getting eggs thrown at him and shit. Like let's go, Brandon. Like
those little performance.
yeah. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, man, this guy. Leave him alone, man.
I did recently hear he's the reason for increase in gas prices.
Oh, that is true.
That
yeah,
guy.
yeah,
That-
that's true. Yeah.
That particular guy is.
Cigarettes done went up because I can't smoke them on the beach, and that's the thing. It's just like the dog thing. It's rednecks and non-locals that come down and make little cigarette farms next to them, or they let their dog shit on the beach.
Yeah.
It is not necessarily the citizens' fault, but it is a thing that has to be addressed. And if you're not going to have enough code enforcement that's going to be out there like, hey, man,
Yeah.
pick up these cigarettes.
They're not adding any employees to this. They're just going to make now it's more of a job for other people to do.
Right, exactly.
I mean, as a smoker who I enjoy sitting on the beach and smoking a cigarette, totally okay with this ban. Like, for my beach and my community,
Yeah.
but they're
I was
going to
just
have a
excited to be
really
able to
hard time regulating
I was
it.
excited to be able to smoke weed on the beach, though, but now, no.
So, like, if I go to the beach,
That's cigarettes and vape, right?
If I go to the beach, I'm normally drinking, so of course I'm going to smoke some cigs, but I throw my cigs into the can, whatever.
Yeah.
That's whatever. That's what everyone should do. That's not, no one's special for
I'm
doing
not
that.
feeding them to seagulls.
But most people that are visiting don't, because they don't live here and they're just like, whatever. So people are like,
they're throwing chicken bones out
Yeah.
and leaving all their trash behind.
so people are pissed about government regulations and all that shit. And it's like, well, look, man, we gave our humans this choice, and they fucked it up.
Yes, they did.
If people that weren't tossing cigarette butts down everywhere on the beach, we wouldn't have to have this problem.
Speaking of people screwing up,
Yes.
I got a friend. We'll just call him Brant. He's to some sort of art in Boo Orleans.
We know this guy.
Wow. It's
It's-
a total
I've discussed-
it's a total mystery to
As I've
me who
discussed
this
before, I'm
gentleman
getting
is.
so hungry. As I discussed before, he has a little bit of betting issue sometimes. Well, he discovered the worst thing a guy with betting problems can discover.
What?
FanDuel.
Oh.
And he immediately
fun.
won like a bunch of money on a few different small bets and stuff.
Oh, no, he's
and
hooked.
now he's like,
Oh,
you
he's
bet on
hooked.
darts. I'm like, don't get into the darts. He's like all the things you can bet on here. I mean, he's won a bunch of money lately, and he's like, this is great. I'm like, please stop.
Well, really, if you know golf at all, you pick, I think, 6 or 10 golfers.
It's 4, I think, for golf.
And if like
It
4
might
of them
be
make
6.
it, if a few of them make it to Sunday, you know what I mean?
You get a
It's-
payout.
You get something.
Yeah, I've
He
got
bet on,
paid.
well, Nadal was not favored to beat Djokovic in their match on clay, which
Yeah.
shout out to Rafael Nadal, the best tennis player of all time, the king of clay. 14.
Also, the fastest hair loss I've ever seen on a
Yeah.
human.
I don't know. LeBron James is coming second place there, and then regrowth. But he was not favored
You're not
to beat
ugly, you're
Joker
poor.
and like
Yeah.
smoked him, so he was like 4-1 odds, and he came out big on that. But he
Oh.
only bet like $1.50. But he's like, yeah, I won't use. I'm like,
If it's at your fingertips, it's just like Amazon.
That's the
you know,
problem. He's like, if you go down the
Amazon's
track-
one swipe.
if you go down to the track, it's harder to.
Yeah, if you can one swipe on Nadal, Federer.
I didn't know you were saying bedding at first. I thought you were like bedding problem, like in the bed, and I was like, ooh, it's about to get
He had a tough
spicy.
time betting her.
betting. Ooh, yes.
Well,
You have to bet that horse.
Well, when
Speaking of bad bets.
when people bed the wrong people, they make shitty little children, and then their mothers turn into.
Oh shit. It's the Karen of the week. It's the Karen of the week. Ah,
Oh shit!
Great transition there.
Right down that time code. So, my Karen, this is sort of like a secondhand. I was there, but it was so
Like smoking on the beach. is a secondhand Karen.
there's so much commotion. No, it was a secondhand story for me. I'm working at the outside bar yesterday, and I'm seeing this. I'm watching it go down. So we have a beautiful, humongous, muscly, gay, beefcake patron that comes in all the time, and his name's Mike. He's got big muscles, big heart, and
Sweetest man ever.
sweetest man ever, and he's got a really, really big wallet. So he's sticking 50s up.
It's in his pants.
Hey, he's sticking 50s up on our ring toss. So if you're unfamiliar and you're listening from somewhere else besides Savannah, it's literally a ring toss, not like where you throw a ring onto a stick. It's a hook.
It's you see it in the bar.
Yeah, it's
You
attached to a string. So we got a bunch of kids out there. This is big money. Talk about betting and all that. This is big money. So Mike is watching these kids, and it is lighting his life up so much. The whole deck,
Nice.
the whole deck is in such an amazing mood. They're like, these cheers, I haven't heard them cheer this loud for like the Braves and shit like that. You know what I mean? Or the Bulldogs and
Let's
stuff.
calm down,
All right. So the thing is, once he sticks the first 50 on, since kids can only go one at the time,
Yeah.
right? You can't get a rhythm going, right?
Yeah,
So
you get one toss.
So there's less chance of you. Well, apparently one of these little shit rats tried to cut in line. Mike saw this, and he said,
It's
"Hey,"
not a local shit rat.
and he said, "Hey, man, If it was $1 up there, whatever.
But a 5?
Yeah,
A 50?
but a 50. This is big numbers, whatever. So the mother takes offense to this. Karen, I believe her name was.
Yes.
So then one of our employees, Artie, who
Not a short woman.
not to be trifled with, I don't think, in the physicality, and she's from Trinidad, so she got a bit of heart in her. It is a woman's near brawl. So I'm watching it. I don't know why it's going down because we were super busy, obviously, and whatever. And the maniacal look in Artie's eye, I was like, she would whoop every woman at that table's ass. So the husbands are pulling the wives away, and Mike's trying to pull them away, and this and that. And finally, it was Edo's table, too. So finally, I think they comped him just to get out of there, whatever.
Just to get him to leave.
Just to get him to go. But I was like, damn, Artie's really mad. And then once I heard kind of like what it was about, I was like, what kind of parenting is that? You know, like
Teaching your kids to cheat, cut in line.
If I would have cut in line in a situation like that, I'd have got snatched up.
Oh, real quick
By my parents.
I wouldn't have been able to get.
I wouldn't have been able to get back in line.
No, but I would have been standing for a while because my ass would have been sore.
And I was like,
Mike from.
But the thing was,
But do you think it was the kid cutting or the parents told him to cut?
I don't know.
Like that's what I think.
Go there and get that 50. Get
I
our
just feel like with the people that come to Huckapoos on vacation, the mom was probably like, go on and sneak up in.
Well,
there,
the
baby.
thing was,
It'll be all right."
this table when they walked in, they didn't look like they were from Effingham. I mean, if you could describe the most normal family you've ever seen, this was them. It was 3 men, 3 women, 3 kids. Yeah, it was.
And they're all fucking each other.
Yeah, and it was crazy because it was just something unexpected. But then like that brawl almost went down, and I was like, I saw, man, it already struck fear in my eyes.
You took a step back and you were far away.
And well, the thing was, I was like, I can't. There's literally nothing I can do because it's 5 women.
Yeah, and like you're too far from it. You can't get over there.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not gonna like start putting hands on women.
No.
Nah.
It's hard. You have to use your body. You have to you have to box out.
And then you see Artie so mad she can barely speak English correctly, and you're like, oh, this is going to be bad.
Yeah, and she had this look. I think at one point she goes, "Y'all don't know what I would do to you." Like it was
the crane stands.
it was maniacal, but I loved it. I was like, "Go girl!" But that might be like the entirely wrong story. I tried to get the story from everyone, but no one could give me anything coherent or cogent. So if you do have a little more insider information on that, please shoot us an email or comment on our YouTube or whatever.
Or anything, yeah.
So your Darren this week is Ronald McDonald.
So I have the first pre-Darren.
Okay.
I just know it's going to be bad.
Okay.
Is Ronald McDonald. Grimace, who I'm going to shit out later.
While grimacing.
Actually, if the hamburger wants to show up, I'll be okay with it. He can burgle some of my hams.
He can burgle all my hamburger.
Like Wimpy from Popeye. Like I'd gladly eat your cheeseburger today.
I'll gladly eat 5 cheeseburgers.
Do I smell 5 Big Macs, 1 without onions?
Yeah. Oh, I forgot without onions. Sorry, Vinny, we're scraping yours off. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, so to prequel that a little bit.
I didn't call.
So our friend Jeffro,
protocols.
listener and friend, is coming over. He's bringing the Big Mac, so they'll be nice and warm, so that when Clint eats them after the show, it'll be as easy as possible. But during that or after that, myself, Vinny, and Fro will each try to consume a Big Mac within 2 minutes because that's the pace. You need to eat one every 2 minutes.
To get 5 in 10 minutes.
But what's going to happen is...
I'm confident.
But what's going to happen is we're going to film it all for... We talked about this already, but we'll reiterate. We're going to film it all for the Patreon, and it's only going to be on the Patreon for a week, and then we'll start releasing all of that. So if there's
we'll
any
drop
time...
a clip or two, but you want the real deal?
Yeah.
You're going to have to get on the Patreon.
So if you want to see the real deal right away, it's patreon.com/From Behind the Barcast. So now, do you have a real Darren, or do you want to talk about your preparation for the bit?
The prep has been Darren enough.
Okay.
Darren-esque.
Yeah.
Darren-esque, if you will.
Yeah.
But so I was going to do this yesterday, was the original plan. I was going to get ready, but Saturday was SCAD graduation at work. GM's out of town. When the owners had to come in, it's one of the most lucrative weekends of the year for us. So I had to be on my A game. Had to get to work early. There wasn't a time where I could do what I needed to do to prepare, and then be in the right mind state to get it done yesterday evening. Plus, this gave us an opportunity to film it here instead of at my house.
Yeah.
The studio.
Rather film
Studio West's not
Studio
the best.
Nag Champa is better for.
Yeah.
Studio Dog Choppa.
I forgot to light some today.
But so what I did is Friday, I ate 2 Big Macs in 5 minutes.
Okay.
About 1 to 2 p.m. just to kind of see how it was going to go
Yeah.
down. Now, I got sauce on the side to see if the dipping was better. I should have left the sauce on the damn Big Macs.
Okay.
But I got them down in 5 minutes.
And that was a pretty leisurely pace?
It was pretty, not leisurely. I mean, I wasn't, but I wasn't chugging a ton of water with it. It went pretty well.
Okay.
I don't feel great after, but I don't feel terrible.
Sure.
Take the dog for a walk, do some stuff. But what I've read from Food Challenge guys, you got to eat 2 big meals 2 days out, and then the day before you eat a gigantic meal to the point of pain about 20 to 24 hours beforehand. So that night for dinner, I ate a 30-ounce steak,
Yeah.
no bone, 30-ounce ribeye.
Yeah. Oh,
And
this is 30 ounces
30
without
ounce-
a bone.
And I ate all of it. And an entire bag of red potatoes, like the one you would throw in a microwave.
Yeah.
But I did not do that. I put them in the oven. And I ate all the steak fat, and I did it in about 25 minutes. That hurt. So I can't.
So you felt the stretch.
I felt the stomach was stretched. My pants fit again.
Okay.
And so I'd like take I'd walk to walk after I eat, take the dog for a walk, come back. I'm still not comfortable. I'm stretching and doing stuff in the house. Take the dog for another walk. About 12:30, I'm like, I'm gonna have a cigarette. This will help. I take that cigarette, and the Big Macs go, hey, we'd like to leave. We would like to leave.
Where's the exit door?
So I go visit the old bidet, and the Big Macs don't want to come out. So I had to motivate them to get out of the cave.
you had to do a lower
Motivate.
colonoscopy to get the Big Macs
Yeah,
going.
and wave them on through. That was about a 15
Immigration control.
I
Your motivation.
didn't feel good for quite some time.
Yeah.
Saturday, I feel okay, not great, but I'm like, I can't. Like I was gonna eat this the day before. You want to eat like a bunch of vegetables, so it'll stretch you out. But it's got good fiber and it won't stay forever.
And low calorie,
yeah.
high water volume
So,
stuff like
but-
cucumbers and stuff.
Yeah.
Watermelon.
So I'll tell you what, I got
Yeah.
ended up eating yesterday instead. So, but I got to go to work, and like I don't have the time to do this. Like I can't power through the fruit shake and eat all the cabbage and then wait tables in a busy restaurant where I had to like co-manage and do. I had a bunch of stuff to do.
Yeah.
So I decided about 7. I was like, I'm not doing this today. I'm gonna have some champagne right now instead and make this shift go well, which is glad I did because it was a crazy night. And things went well. So yesterday, I get extra large pho delivered.
Yesterday is Sunday.
It's Sunday. I eat that. I get up. I eat, wait about an hour and a half. Eat that. Power through it pretty fast, much faster than I normally do. Doesn't get me all the way. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to wait. It's about 9:30. I'd steamed about a half pound of carrots, about a pound of broccoli, then throw it in the oven with a little garlic or whatever.
Yeah.
Ate all that. Full, not full
Lots
enough.
of fiber.
Cabbage salad that I had from yesterday. I go ahead and you know those bag salads. It was a bag salad and a half with a half pound chicken breast.
Okay.
I ate all of that, and I'm about halfway through. I'm like, I don't want this anymore, so I'm just dumping the ranch on there to
Just
get it
trying
going.
to do a
And I get
flavor
it-
change. Yeah.
And I get it all in. I eat all of that. I am insanely uncomfortable.
Right.
And then there's no amount of weed, cigarettes, or anything I can do to make my body feel better. I just walk and fart and walk and fart and walk.
Yeah.
So
I was about to say the cabbage part.
the cabbage. So I'm uncomfortable. So I stayed up later because I wanted to sleep. The guy was like, "Look, you can sleep in, and you need to be up 8 hours for your thing." So I slept till like 2. And I get up.
And where are you getting this info? Is it like a website?
Foodchallenge.com or something.
Oh, that's the Randy Santel one. Yeah.
yeah. That's the guy. Yeah.
I like
So I
Randy.
go
Yeah.
through all of that and update froze on the way.
Okay.
What's up? I just paused.
Are we going to
Okay.
try and run the segment until he walks in the door, or we'll just film him?
I've already taken care of it.
We'll film him walking in the door after we're done.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, he's going to announce himself in a way that I have already prepared him to.
Okay, but we're still going to be on air.
You're ruining
So
it.
we got to. Okay, I'm sorry. I just need to know if I need to stretch or.
So
Okay.
let's back up to Saturday.
Okay.
I get out of bed. I don't get out of bed. I roll over in bed and I fart, and it smelled like pickle-flavored embalming fluid.
Isn't that what embalming fluid does? though? It's pickle your
Exactly.
insides.
But this was even worse. 'Cause I could smell the Big Mac, and like my dog usually gets in bed with me to rub his belly, and he was laying on the floor like, I ain't getting in there.
I was about to say, I bet your dog ran out.
He was like, oh.
What do they say? That fart would make a buzzard faint.
Yeah. But
Wrong
Grant's,
time to Dutch oven
so
yourself.
this morning I had a light water, fruit, a little bit of protein powder smoothie. Well, this afternoon at like 3:34, and then at 5:30 I chugged a quart and a half of like liquid IV mixed in real well with water. I chugged all that till I was stretched out. Walked the dog. Since then I've sipped on. I drink 2 gallons of water a day. I am so dehydrated. I feel like I have. This was to here.
Yeah.
And I've just generally sipped on this because I don't want my throat to be too.
So the day of the challenge, it's recommended not to overwater
Yeah,
yourself.
you want to hydrate early, which I did with that. I took the electrolyte solution, so I'm hydrated.
Okay.
But my body's just craving more water because I'm just used to drinking so much water.
Okay, I got you.
Y'all see how much I pee. I mean,
Yeah.
so Before I start, I'm going to have this papaya enzyme complex for
Okay.
digestive health, which is recommended, and get some other supplies over there.
Yeah.
that
Oh,
you'll
yeah.
see when
I got
them.
you some probiotic.
Yeah, the probiotic thing. I think this is about the same stuff's in there, so I'm just going to take
Yeah,
these.
yeah.
Eat these right about when he walks in the door. We'll take a 10-minute break, and then the Big Mac attack will go down. We have music curated for this event by our producer.
So have you trained
Horse.
any of your mouth muscles?
I've been chewing a lot of gum.
Okay.
But guess what? Guess what my mouth is.
What?
You know this jaw is strong, baby. I talk fast as hell.
That's true. Well, there's this one guy, the world chicken wing eating contest guy, because that's not about volume necessarily. It's about, technique, getting it off the bone.
Speed.
The way he trains his jaw muscles is he puts Tootsie Rolls in the freezer,
That'll do it.
and he chews frozen Tootsie Rolls. Think about the
I'm only
jaw.
eating 5 Big Macs. If I was going to eat 30, then maybe.
You would look like Joe from the guy in Family Guy that's in the wheelchair, like the or I guess Quagmire too. He's got a giant jaw as well.
His was something else though.
What's the so eating
The guy that
challenge?
voices Joe has a giant jaw too, though.
Oh yeah.
Patrick Warburton.
It comes across. You
What's
can
what's his name?
you can really hear it through the putty.
Putty.
Yeah.
He's forever Putty to me.
And the thing is, I'm like, someone asked me, they were like, so you're doing Big Mac challenge or whatever. When are you going to do a drinking challenge? I'm like, I'm not in fucking college, buddy.
Yeah.
Like,
We did one once on the whole fashion
I'm not
podcast.
going to do. I'm not going to do a
Here's the thing,
drink.
all the challenges
We are
involve
well
volume or
seasoned.
spice. Any volume food spice challenge, it's me.
Yeah.
You had the champion ulcer over here, Ulysses, and then he's not far behind.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I'm pigeonholed in this forever.
Yeah, I just.
And
But I
like,
train-
you're so careful about it. Like, you've got your Pepto, you've got your supplements. I was telling Paxton earlier, like, I'm just fucking eating 5 Big Macs and seeing what happens. Like,
Right,
I would not even prepare as well as you.
I just don't want, cause the thing is, I'm gonna be laying on the floor and up here for half an hour afterwards.
But that's so inherently Clint, though. Clint always has a preparation of things in terms of it. Yeah.
I'm
like, let's go.
He's preparation.
I'm a compulsive planners. I think then you're going somewhere out of town. They're like, "What are your plans?" You're like, "Whatever, Clint's got it all taken care of."
Yeah. I'm a terrible planner, so it's always either Jesse, Gulliver. When we go to festivals, people are like, "Why is she telling me to do this and do that?" I'm like, "Wait till we get there."
Yeah,
And then when
you'll
you see that
understand.
everything is labeled and you know where everything is,
Exactly.
and you know the tents are where they are, and you know that
That's
we have
why
tapestries.
I'm the only non-Huckapoos employee that captains the team every year because Eric's like, "This is going to get taken care of."
Exactly, yeah. And then Allie, she's like, anytime there's like Airbnb situation, flights, all that. I'm just not good at haggling or.
I'm just a spur of the moment guy.
No, me too. But
I don't mind. I like being spur of the moment sometimes, but like I also just want to be prepared for things.
you were very spur of the moment when you go, I can eat 5 Big Macs in 10 minutes. And
he's-
then
he's
immediately.
been regretting and planning it for 3 weeks.
No,
since
but
he said it.
watching the ebb and flow and the evolution of his confidence, like he walks.
Should we do Whoppers? We can do Whoppers, right?
He walks in today. He's pacing, and then we're sitting outside during the break smoking the cigarette. He's like, "Psh, I'll probably do it in less than 10 minutes." Actually, I was like, "Oh, how
The false confidence
how
was
the
building.
tides have turned."
It's that little couple sips. I hadn't drank. All I had last night was 2 glasses of red wine. So like my body's like, "Hey, you got vodka back in there. Vodka's back on the menu. Let's go."
So before those 2 Big Macs you ate a couple days ago, how long had it been since you had a Big Mac?
Poker Run 2019.
And what did it seem like they were smaller or same
So
size?
specific.
Because that's the first time I missed a poker run because that's the one I fell off the front porch the night before.
Yeah.
Remember that epic thing? I'm about to find that video footage
Yes.
one day. But I'm gonna pay a Patreon story.
Was that from your Ring camera?
Yeah, the ring camera one.
Yeah, when you got up and ran afterwards?
Yeah, I felt
that
it
was
out of
awesome.
jog. Vinny was like, I went home at like 12:30 that night, and Vinny was like, "I've never seen you so
It
drunk."
was
so
the
early."
one night I had to send Clinton home in a cab. It's never
And
happened.
he goes, "You need to go," and I went, "I do."
Okay.
It's just one of those nights when you get Huckapoos, and I was like, "I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna order some pizza." And you just start talking and drinking, and all of a sudden you're just
Kitchen's closed.
you're lit. Look, I was at a point of food wasn't going to help me, so I woke
Yeah.
up the next morning at like 9:30 or 10:30. Was like, all right, I gotta go get something to eat, and I can make it to this thing. I got out of bed. My clothes were just socks, pants, underwear, shirt, right there. I almost fell over them, and I got up and I got in the car and I looked at I was like, I can't get.
I shouldn't do this right
So
now.
I went back to bed and I woke up at like 4 with like 20 missed calls, texts, like, "Are you okay?" And I
always the best.
I like texted back my dad.
Because
I was
when
like,
people
"Tell
aren't
everybody I'm not dead."
when people aren't used to seeing you like that,
Yeah, well, the only people who saw me drunk was him and like one other person.
Dude,
Even
the
Bumner
video was the
Bumner
best.
was like, "Are you okay?" Like that's when you know it's bad.
oh wow.
But like that. So I got up at 4:30 and was like, "I can't go."
So wait, did you ask Vinny to ask the cab driver to stop and get you vodka on the way home or anything like that?
It was a breezy.
It was
But no,
Steven.
dude, the video is so great because he like walks up the steps and like
I have
the
like a little
second,
garage door thing.
Ring cameras are the
it was
best
like
thing that's ever
You
happened.
could see you couldn't do the key, and like
It wasn't
you
the
just,
key. I used the garage door thing. I had a garage door pin
and,
pad.
like, he like goes to
I
fall.
throw
It's
the thing
like
off.
It's like a turnaround.
It's a 30
face plant.
But it's a 5-digit code. I'm on like number 85 trying to get it open.
And like
I kinda
when he
fall back.
face plants off his stairs, he immediately like
I don't
jumps
face-
up and
Vinny
runs.
Vinny has completely changed the story. No, it's better because what I did was I start to face plant, I go forward, and I overcorrect and go backwards. And then I jumped up and ran like I'm, walking it off. And Steven said I got into the garage, and Steven goes like, he was like, I was going to help you, but I was laughing so hard because you jumped up and we were like, I'm good. I got in the garage and walked by my car like this. I got crab walked by the Beamer like I didn't want to touch it.
Like to box it out.
And like I woke up, I was like, did I let my dog out? 'Cause I've been gone for a while. And I woke up and my door was open like that much. I was like, cool, the dog went out. Because like he was a puppy then. Like he was like 1.5. And like thank God he hadn't had to crap in the house. Anyways, like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, I get up and I'm like, I'm not going to make it to Tabby. I mean, I drove to the car, drove to McDonald's from my house. Battery Point to McDonald's, bro. It's a mile maybe. 15 minutes, 10 and 2. I brought the dog in case I got pulled over. So I'd be like, officer, the dog was driving. I don't know. And I got a number 1. Supersized with a Coke.
Yeah.
I don't ever drink Coca-Cola, but I was like, this is going to make me feel better.
Yeah,
Coke's
yeah.
good for the settle in the stomach. So I get home and I just house all of that. And I'm like, oh, I'll take a nap. Clint doesn't drink a lot of caffeine and doesn't realize an entire McDonald's large Coke is loaded.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I lay down and I'm like, fuck. Now I'm awake. Now I'm awake and I'm hungover.
Not just caffeine, but like the pure, like if a large,
Yeah, it was a lot. It hurt.
a large McDonald's Coke, which McDonald's Coke is the best Coke.
Yeah, they have the secret, the better syrup.
But I mean, it's something like 70 grams of sugar or something
Oh,
insane
yeah,
like that.
Yeah, it's crazy. Speaking of gram sugar, happy birthday, people. Sorry we missed that earlier.
Oh yeah, Miss Chris Thomas.
Miss Chris Thomas. Happy birthday, Miss
Happy
Chris.
birthday.
Megan Hall.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Megan Hall. Emily Cook, one of Paxton's oldest and dearest friends.
Yeah, happy birthday.
It is your birthday.
It is your birthday.
It is your
Was she the
birthday.
first one to get it is your birthday? She was just Homer Simpson.
She always Homer Simpson.
Homer
Yeah.
Simpsons.
Actually, the balloons that she brought me on my birthday are still. They're in the other porch.
oh, yeah. I saw
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I was like, where did that come from? And
those are the tautest, most filled balloons. They're still.
they're still hanging tough.
Yeah.
And then Olivia Aaron, works like a poos. Happy birthday to Olivia.
birthday.
And my boy Larry Kaysen. Happy birthday, Larry. Just got engaged last week. Congratulations to him and Sydney for getting engaged at Detroit Music Festival. And she dropped the ring. They were at DMC.
Oh.
He proposes to her. It's like the middle of the day, and she goes to put it on and drops the ring. But tell you what, if you ever want to drop an engagement ring, you do it around a bunch of fucked up ravers on ecstasy, because then everybody came to help. There's like a
Everyone's
video of,
looking
like,
for a job to do
20
right
people.
now.
Yeah, they're like, oh my God, we got you. So everyone's trying to help, and they found the ring in like 5 minutes.
And you know what's weird? People would think that there would be a bunch of shiesty people there wanting to steal it.
Nope.
No.
They want to give
No.
it back to you.
Oh, then one of
They want the good vibes.
They want the
That's
vibe.
what
You're already,
they want, all the good
you're already
vibes.
wasting all your
Yeah.
dopamine anyways. You get double dopamine release when you
Oh,
find the
right.
ring.
You're
You find
like-
the ring, your body's.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to present to you the ring that I have.
You, the DJ was like,
Holy
Yeah,
moly.
right.
I asked the DJ get on the mic and be like, we're trying to find an engagement ring over here.
Imagine how many free drugs that dude got after that.
Oh yeah, he said they said we didn't party very much. I'm like, good for you.
Yeah.
They got a kid. They're like,
I had a guy. He wanted to put.
when you got proposed to,
He wanted to put the ring
you put it in a Big Mac.
in a Mac Daddy nacho.
Oh, I remember
I
talking
remember
about that. Yeah,
happening. Yeah.
And little did they know that hot cheese
does not go well.
gives way.
Yes.
So it went down a little further. And so they brought it out, and he was like, he thought that the ring wasn't in it.
Like it's in there.
But they had stuck it in, and it just sunk down because of the heat of the cheese.
Yeah.
Look, putting rings in food and drink is a dangerous idea.
If it's a
Always
glass of
dangerous
champagne,
game.
you can see
Champagne's
it.
the move. You can see it.
You can see it.
That's about it. That's about it.
We're not
Hey,
in the 80s
I-
anymore. We don't need to do
No,
this shit.
I proposed to my wife. I put it in a shot of tequila. It was a terrible idea.
Yeah, then I had to pull it out of her turn proposed to her right there.
She shitted out a couple days ago. We're still engaged.
Well, that's what. Well, you know that
It
makes
smelled like Big Macs when it came
that
out.
makes diamonds better because you know you ever heard of Cuppy Luwak coffee?
Yeah, when the monkeys eat it.
Yeah, it's they're civets,
civets.
and when they shit it out, and apparently it makes it more pleasantly acidic.
Yeah, it's like $75 a cup for the coffee. Or something
Yeah, it's
like
crazy.
that.
Yeah, even though it's not that great.
It's, you had monkey shit coffee or civet shit coffee.
Civet shit coffee. I started to order it one time, and then I watched a couple reviews on it, and they were like, "Well, why is it? You know, all it
The
is
stomach acid eats away the outer layer. of the bean,
something,
probably.
whatever." But the only reason it doesn't necessarily improve it that much is just like it's a rarity. You know what I mean? Like,
You're flashing the dick
Oh,
pin on
I
the
saw
wall.
the Dick Flynn pass.
I know, the dick signal.
where are you at, bro?
What was it that Artie said to those people that terrified you so bad earlier? Like when?
Oh shit! Well, the look in her eyes, she goes, "You have no idea what I can do to you."
So would it terrify you more if Artie was looking at you like that, ready to fight, or if you were like laying naked in bed and she was like over top of you, like you have no idea? Like what would scare you more?
It would be fear and intrigue.
What's the word when you're scared and internal at the same time?
Oh yeah,
It's not a Scare-Rection.
It's not nervous.
Scare-Rection sounds great.
I like Scare-Rection, though.
It sounds like a title name.
Scare-Rection.
Scare-Rection.
Sounds like an episode title.
There was I think there's a subreddit
I'm
called.
gonna have a Scare-Rection while you
I
eat
think
Big
it's
Macs.
called Nervous Boners.
If I get a boner to the Big Mac challenge, you got to blur it out.
Everybody's had nervous boners, right?
Yes, nervous boners are definitely a thing,
They're totally a thing.
especially in high school.
High school.
Come around the board. No.
You have no idea what it's like going to an all-boys military school and you get a boner in the
Glenn-
middle of Spanish.
This poor.
What the fuck is going on?
No, you say it in Spanish. El boner.
Me pinga.
This guy Glenn, who I went to high school with, who ended up being gay later on in life, they always kind of teased. He was real quiet. He had to get up during social. Who was the social studies teacher? 10th grade world history.
Miss Dolan.
Miss Dolan.
Yeah, she Skeletor.
Yeah, Skeletor. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was like, "Come to the board." He was like, He said, "Come to the board." So he had to get up, and he had just full wood, and like, I mean. Poor, and they called him Glenda after that because a bunch of immature all boys.
The good witch.
Yeah, and like he's a great guy. But he ended up being gay. I don't know if that's
He
what
didn't
happened.
tuck it up to 12 o'clock.
I don't think it was unfortunately, I don't think it was.
Not everybody can tuck it under the
Everybody
belt.
can tuck it.
Paxton.
Oh
Not everybody
no!
It's got a good
Shout
look.
out to tucking under the belt.
Yeah,
Oh,
yes. I didn't know that until
I mean,
I assumed everybody had the link.
Just-
I was today
Yeah,
years old when I learned that.
Even Jonah Hill could do it in Superman. I figured anyone could.
Hey, that's a movie. That might not be true.
Yeah, true.
Well, he's lost all that weight now. I heard every 30 pounds you lose, you get like a half an inch on you.
Yeah. You can see it. You can see it better.
It just looks that much bigger with every 30
Yeah.
pounds you lose.
Danny Rapicelli just sent a good luck buddy text
Yeah, no.
with 2 toilet emojis.
It is culminating.
It is culminating. My father was like, "Are you sure you're going to do this?" I'm like, "Yeah, I wanted there to get some fiber from him and Pepsid and."
I love how every Walgreens and Rite Aid or whatever around the town's like, there's this guy who's been coming around getting every antibiotic, probiotic, fiber supplement.
Antibiotic. I mean, with McDonald's, sometimes you might need an antibiotic.
At least you're not getting it from the Wendy's, is what I'm saying.
Exactly. They don't have to be eating it on the bidet. But hey, every Big Mac has its day.
On my bidet station.
But we're getting close to the countdown.
Patiently waiting
here.
on Fro. It's
Are-
still daylight outside.
are we in our
Just blew
holding
my mind.
pattern, or-
No, sort of. So
We're in a holding pattern. I'll keep going. Let's go.
yeah, he wanted to come in with his death whistle, and I was like, "What does it sound like?" And no death whistle.
Oh, I thought I just heard a cricket out there. I was like,
There's something out there.
I was like, that's the death whistle?
yeah. Look, the death whistle is gonna be the first
Yeah.
fart after I eat these 5 Big Macs. It's gonna be the death whistle.
I did a unintentional eating challenge. It was like, this is probably like 6 or 7 months ago.
What was her name?
Hey-o. I just gotten off of I just gotten off of,
Scare-Rection?
I got off work early on a Tuesday or a Thursday or something like that, and I was like, you know what I haven't had in a while? A Papa John's pizza. So I drove to Wilmington just to get
Papa John's.
a Papa John's pizza. On the way home, I ate 2 slices in the car.
You got to. It's hard not to.
Obviously.
Didn't
But
make it.
a Papa John's medium or whatever, I think I got a medium, whatever, is about the size of 1.5 slices of Huckapoo's pizza.
Yeah.
Right. It's a little thicker. But
A little thicker, so when I got home, I housed the rest of it with all the garlic. Before
And
I knew it.
pepperoncinis?
Huh? And
We'll have a day.
And then I laid down in bed and stopped thinking about it for a second, and then all of a sudden I was like, "This is the." It was almost like I ate like a forget pill because I forgot that I ate the whole thing. I was like, all of a sudden I'm feeling
You start sweating.
really terrible.
Dude,
right
your
now.
whole body. It's not just your stomach from eating
No,
the
that's
whole
right,
Papa.
yeah.
And Domino's too. Like I love it, but you feel terrible.
It gets to your head.
Every time I eat, Huckapoo's pizza version doesn't do it. It means I only eat like 1 slice. But
Yeah,
when you live alone, you order pizza. You're
Yeah.
gonna end up eventually eating most of it.
Sure,
And
yeah,
Then
exactly.
you sweat it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you feel terrible.
I used to way back in the day. I used to just have this system where I would get Papa John's once a week, and I would not eat any of the crust on purpose. And then the next day, I would save all the dipping sauce, and I would just put the crust back in the oven and make them into breadsticks.
Nice.
That I just, it was,
Nice.
it was,
Shaq
it
would be proud.
It was the poor guy life hack. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
you could get
Some Parmesan cheese, grated Parmesan cheese on top of that.
Okay,
some
when you're
sliced
poor,
ham.
when you're poor, you know how
That
to.
real thin slice, the Land O'Lakes sliced ham, the one that's like, that goes on there. He's got an intro. Don't worry.
Okay.
and so yeah,
I don't know how I heard that, but it's time.
One more time.
well, that's
You're
my
right,
mating
man.
call for the day.
Woo!
Now I have a Scare-Rection
Clint
for
just
sure.
got a Scare-Rection. Before we end, let's get the F count going before we start this Big Mac
Dude, you've been on
challenge.
fire lately.
Fucking fire, baby.
Yeah,
That's right.
that'll make 11 if you count your rap song.
If my cousin's rap song,
Yeah,
okay.
Sorry, your cousin's
I'm gonna
rap.
start eating my pills now.
I had 6. Clinton had 2. You
Ooh, these
you're-
taste pretty good. These
He's
papaya
getting
pills
back
good.
to the old days.
I
of the
like,
podcast
sometimes when
might have to
guys
start watching 'em.
when guys backpack shame me, I get pissed off and say the F word.
These are delicious.
Oh, you're actually eating them?
Papaya ones.
I do
All
want to
right.
throw out some good info for our service industry people.
Yeah.
I went to Flying Fish yesterday. Flying Fish on Wednesday night is doing service industry night, starting half off for any employee. They just redid their menu. It's amazing. If
Oh,
you
nice.
work in the
Fuck yeah.
service industry, you want half off on a Wednesday night. Go see them.
Go to the Frying Fish.
I feel
go
like I
figure
do
I
that
work
because
Wednesdays.
they're dope.
Go to the Flying Fish because they're frying fish. All right. Thank you to all the patrons who are about to get the first crack at this Big Mac
Attack.
Eating Mac Attack Challenge. Thank you. Send us a email if you want us to read it on air, FromBehindTheBroadcast@gmail.com. Check out our socials. Wish Clint good luck.
Do you have any last words, sir?
Mama. I don't believe in thoughts and prayers, but I do believe in thoughts. So I'm thinking about you. Oh, and before we go,
Thoughts and science.
I'm also thinking about our friend Lars today. He has some health issues. He doesn't talk about it, so I'm not going to talk about it. But just if you think about
love you, Lars.
think about our friend Lars and send some good vibes his way. If you pray, do that too. But if you want
It doesn't.
I'm about to get real religious.
if you
Yeah,
don't,
we're not going there,
yeah,
not on this podcast.
if you don't want to make a difference, pray for him. But if you want to make a difference, send some thoughts. And we love you guys,
guys.
and we'll see you in the
Love y'all.
Patreon. And if not, we'll see you in a week with the Big Mac Challenge. Love you.